Built for the raw grind, we don't hold back. Get yours today at savagedshop.com.
The following program contains scenes that may disturb certain viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, is this thing on?
Jesus Christ, what are you doing over there, old man?
No apologies, no safe spaces. This is Savaged Unfiltered. Just the cold, hard, conservative truth.
This past weekend, old man, we had an incident in the city of Atlanta on MARTA. Did you hear about that story? What happened on the MARTA train?
Yeah, I read a little bit. Saw some headlines.
Yeah. There was, especially with the new trains rolling in and stuff like that, and the World Cup coming in the next month in July. Not good. Not good at all. So,
Isn't I don't mean to get off the subject, but isn't the World Cup start this week?
Yeah, but it doesn't no, it doesn't start this week. It starts in July. Starts in the summer.
I believe it starts in June 11th. The World Cup starts. Yeah. Anyway, that's neither here or there.
The World Cup starts from, actually, you are correct. I stand correct, or you stand correct. It starts from June 11th through July 19th.
Wait, let me go grab Grammy and let her come in here and hear you say that I'm correct, because I'm never correct around here.
No. The reason why I said July is because I'm getting that point where it's coming in to the city of Atlanta around July. So that's where I got the whole July thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, very, very, very upsetting news, guys. I just wanted to kind of basically bring that in where
well, for people that don't know what you're talking about, Michael, share it. Tell them.
Yeah. But I just wanted to say that, because it was some upsetting news that we've had, and Margaret Swan, which was the woman that lost her life on the MARTA train just now 2 days ago over the weekend by a deranged, homeless attacker, just in broad daylight. I mean, this was like around 12 o'clock in the afternoon, folks, and it's unfortunate that it happened. Now, on to some better news towards that upcoming, or at least hope to be upcoming, candidate for the office of governorship. Burt Jones had put this out on X, stating that this is unfortunate. And then he also used the word embarrassment because we have the World Cup coming next month to the city of Atlanta.
Right.
If elected governor, I will deploy the National Guard or U.S. Marshals on all MARTA trains if need be.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We need that desperately on our trains.
Definitely.
I mean, we do have some regular city cops of Atlanta and also transit cops known as MARTA police officers on the trains, but that's not enough. It's not enough.
No, there should almost be a man in each car, especially when you start dealing with the crowds that are going to come because of the World Cup. Yeah, you gotta have some officer in almost every car. It's Michael, people have gone insane.
Yeah,
everybody's insane. It's almost like the country is divided. You have the sane people, and then you have the people that are insane that need to be locked up. I mean, it's gone crazy.
Yeah, but I just wanted to kind of, shed some light, guys, because I always want to give, some news towards the show, whether it's, upsetting news or somewhat of okay news. But this was very disturbing, and what's also disturbing is I noticed a lot of media coverage wasn't, kind of, covering it. I mean, like, why would I bring that up? Because, I mean, not for clicks or views or nothing like that. That's not what I meant by it, folks. But I mean, listen, the reason why I just said that is because it should be talked about so we can prevent this, because the family is actually speaking out on this. The family of, Miss Swan there that had lost her life on the train had said that this incident could have been preventable.
Yes.
Meaning meaning if we did have more police on the trains and we had more surveillance and stuff. I mean, for God's sakes, folks, we live in an age of digital scale where we have drones and we have all this amounts of technology. I'm talking to you guys out there, the elected officials in state government and also federal government. Why are we not investing in correct measures like our public transportation, where little to less technology is even evolved, old man,
Yeah. I mean, did this happen in the new train? This didn't happen in the new train, did it?
Not the new train, but because we do have new trains and some of the older trains still on the railways. But this was actually in one of their older model of trains.
I mean, but what would it take for them to put cameras in those trains? I mean, come on. If they don't have them, why not? It'd be easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. And how did this guy get on the train in the first place?
Yeah. That's for damn certain. Guys, we got a lot more to talk about on the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these short words.
After being stabbed to death on a MARTA train. It is just the latest in a string of violence at MARTA stations. Atlanta News First reporter Mary Kate Hamilton live this morning at the Oakland City station. So Mary Kate, what can you tell us about this and how are riders feeling?
Well, they're feeling uneasy, Megan, and this violence is in contrast to what we've been covering now for months. MARTA trying to clean up its stations ahead of the FIFA World Cup, increasing security and even installing that brand new high-tech tap-to-pay system. But right now, some riders say they are feeling less safe on MARTA. I want you to take a look at this video. It's from the aftermath of yesterday's violence, and you can see it was a terrifying situation for people there. And the call came in around noon yesterday that a woman had been stabbed while on one of the trains. She sadly died shortly after. Police say they immediately arrested the suspect, and MARTA officials described it as a senseless act of violence. They said they understand the concern and fear that incidents like this can cause, but they say they're committed to the safety and security of their riders and employees. Still, it's left some riders we've spoken with scared, even calling for more officers at some MARTA stations.
I would say it doesn't feel as safe as it should be. There is a little cause of concern. If you actually care about women and the people of Atlanta, you would actually, do the time and, patrol at least.
And this just the latest in a string of violence recently. Just last week, a man was stabbed repeatedly at the Georgia State Station. Luckily, he survived. And just last month, a 16-year-old boy was shot and killed here at this very station. So we're staying on top of all of it. For now, live in downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, guys. Sorry. Guys, I was planning on talking about something else, but I hope you don't mind we stick on this topic here. Because whether you call it white on black crime or black on white crime or black on black crime or what. There shouldn't, now that I think about it, guys, there shouldn't be a title with that, because all crime on humanity should not be tolerated. It shouldn't be tolerated, all man.
No. I mean, someone taking someone else's life in a senseless act like that. I mean, what kind of label can you put on it to make it seem any worse than that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought of it. I gotta confess, I did put a label on it. I put it's insane on sane, insane on normal crime. That guy's insane. What is he doing? What was he doing out on the street? I don't get this. And what was he doing on a train? Man, these people need to be locked up. They need to round them up and lock them up. They're insane. And now that I hope he gets the death penalty. I hope they kill him. I really do.
Well, it's still early, in the investigation.
She was a grandma. She was a mom, probably a grandma. She's lived she's lived and worked her life and been through obstacles and challenges to get to where she's at now. She was young. She was what, 62? So she still had
66, but still, I mean,
almost had some, at least 10 years of life left in her.
Yeah.
And have someone just take that away from her and away from her family. That's total senseless. Total.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm looking at it, and you know what really, upsets me the most is, nobody helped her. Nobody on that train helped her. I mean, I hate to use comparison, folks, but does that sound familiar to the, Charlotte, North Carolina incident where that young Ukrainian woman from Ukraine sat there literally scared to death? I mean, a lot of sources were saying, I want to go to that Charlotte incident. A lot of sources were saying that one young woman that went on that train, that light rail train in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, was scared to death before even going on the train because of the city's reputation. Now, that's the same thing that goes to this woman, okay?
Yeah.
Margaret Swan, okay, that went on the train scared because she knows that area of Atlanta can be dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that upsets me, where people on the train did nothing to help her as she's being stabbed by this maniac.
Somebody could have hit him over the head. Do something. But I mean, let's be fair. You got a maniac with a knife. Who's really wants to jump into the middle of that? Because they don't want the guy to turn the knife on them. What we need is we need protection on those trains. We need people that can jump in.
Yeah. And,
I mean, it's easy for us to sit here and going, well, I would have jumped up in there and I would have done this and that and this and that, and you probably would have been stabbed 5 times before you got anything done, because the guy's a nut.
Yeah,
it's a nut case.
Yeah,
but I mean, but at least everybody's got a phone in their hand. Somebody could have cracked him on the back of his skull with their phone. Something.
Now a little history of the woman, which was 66-year-old retiree Margaret Swan. Basically, I'm reading up a little bit about her. Never learned to drive. Instead, she relied on Atlanta's transit system to get where she needed to go, just as she did for decades. Now, she was doing this for years. But, not wanting to drive or not wanting to go to that aspect of even at least trying to learn how to drive shouldn't take this away from anything.
No.
People should be able to go on transit systems anywhere in the country without worrying about, the amount of fear that poses to them.
You should be able to live your life without fear.
Yeah.
You should be able to move around your community, move around your city, go to stores, do whatever you need to do, live your life without fear. But that is quickly going away. We live in a world where there is so much anger and hate out there, and it's like, you just can't. It's in the back of my mind all the time, and but you just can't go out and move without fear that something is going to happen, and because there's just too much craziness out there in the world.
Yeah. Now her daughter, the daughter of Margaret, said that her mom rode the train regularly and knew the system well.
I'm sure.
I'm assuming, the routes and, the train path and all that other stuff. But, knowing the system well doesn't necessarily make it safe.
No,
I mean, I mean, this was unprovoked. You heard in the video as we came back from break, guys, this was unprovoked, meaning that, she did not, incite it. She did not, influence them to violence. This was just a random person, that had obviously hate and toxicity and violence in his mindset. And get this, old man, you've heard me say this already on the program today. He was homeless. He was homeless, so that made the mental decline in his mindset even worse, probably.
Yeah.
Because, he's on the streets. He's not, he's probably decaying in society where he's, more or less giving up on himself.
Mm-hmm.
You're listening to Michael and the Old Man on Spotify.
The emotional declines. I mean, I'm not trying to defend him or nothing, but I mean, he should have gotten help a long, long time ago. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know how long the guy's been homeless for, but I mean, that's needless to say. But I mean, we're talking about a woman of 66 years old that is no longer on this earth anymore because of this deranged lunatic.
When you start doing a failure analysis of the situation that happened, you start asking yourself, why? Okay, she got murdered on the train. Why? And then you come up for an answer to that. Well, there's this deranged guy on the train. Why? And you just keep going until you don't have no more whys. Bottom line is, this city's officials do not do what they need to do to protect their citizens.
Yeah, guys. I mean, if you look at the graphic here on the screen, you'll see that, candidate running for the office of governorship for the state of Georgia, Burt Jones, which has been endorsed by President Trump, had put this statement out on his X account stating, and I'm going to paraphrase, guys, obviously the tweet's different, but I'll just kind of go into that. As elected governor, I will deploy any means necessary to protect patrons and ridership on the MARTA system. And that includes trains, buses, and the streetcar that more or less goes around the downtown corridor area of downtown Atlanta.
Sure.
And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Where is the mayor on this? I mean, this is not like it's never happened before.
I know.
I mean, this is like the second, if I have correctly, the second murder in less than a year within the MARTA system.
That's too many.
That even one is too many.
I know.
Let alone two. I mean, we shouldn't play numbers here, but I mean, that's, you know what I mean? That's yeah. And this, like I said, folks, this has happened right around the afternoon time, precisely at 11:21 this past Saturday, where that video I just showed, okay, I mean, it showed like little, news coverage though, but basically I'll go into this here, which depending on how you get your news, folks, most of the coverage can be seen on YouTube, but if you'd like, I mean, you can go over to X and it shows you more in-depth coverage of the investigation, where it shows Swan sitting alone on the train car, okay, just before 11:25. Matthews, which is the assailant, is seen on board walking to the side of the train where Swan was sitting, standing near her alone. Matthews, not even hesitating, roughly about 20 seconds later. Okay, I'm going off the official police report, guys, online here. Within 20 seconds later, is seen walking up to Swan and standing just to her right. Okay, several seconds after that timeline, he then begins to take out a pocket knife, opening it, and then begins to slit her throat. Folks, what's upsetting is this is all in broad daylight. You have riders in the front towards the middle of the train. You have, I'm sure, people standing on the station there at Oakland Park Station, okay, as the train is pulling into the station, just witnessing this. Old man, this society could not continue.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
You know,
it's barbaric.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it goes into saying here that the warrants then describe Swan, right? The warrants meaning they're using police lingo, folks. The warrants meaning, bystanders, everything else. Okay. Describe Swan. And this is where it's going to be upsetting, folks. Okay. Screaming and pleading for her life, trying to get up from her seat as Matthews is literally over on the top of her, stabbing her between 18 to 20 times. This woman is screaming for her life, folks. Okay? And people do nothing besides
film it.
More or less. You see in certain videos, including X, I know Rumble has some coverage of it, where bystanders are just taking their cell phones out, literally just filming it like it's a movie. Folks, this is not a movie. This is fucking real life, and people are fucking dying on our streets from maniacs. Where we are demanding our elected officials on both state and federal levels to enforce more tax-paying money in infrastructure programs like mass transit.
Yeah.
Surveillance, drones, police force. I don't care what you have to do.
To all the people that push to defund the police, there you go. That's what you get. I don't know. It's just crazy. And a woman's lost her life. Kids lost their mom. Grandbabies lost their grandma. And she, and what a senseless thing to happen.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for it.
No.
You cannot excuse something like that.
There's not an excuse. And some of my listeners are probably, for those that have been with me since, the very start of this program, and those that are, just kind of tuning in. Why are we covering this? We're covering this as concern. We're covering this to maybe possibly waking up both police enforcement departments, elected officials to take this matter seriously, to enforce more strict, hard-on policies on criminal activity, so we don't have to witness this over and over and over, because it is becoming a pattern over and over again. Guys, I got a lot more on this program. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back after these short words.
Be right back. Don't touch the dial. We're back. Let's
All right,
get
guys,
back into the
welcome back
deep
to the
dive.
show. A little sad, emotional show for us today, as I normally don't like doing these shows, but the reason why I like getting into these type of episodes is because I use it as a motivation for law enforcement and our elected officials to wake up, because we do need protection every single day, no matter where you live. Okay, if you live here in Atlanta, you live in Detroit, you live in any major city with huge amounts of crime, folks. That needs to stop. Okay. And I hope some of our elected officials and police departments are listening in, because this is unfortunate of what happened to this woman here, Margaret Swan. Okay. And as I'm reading a little bit more into this, folks, she does leave behind 3 children, 2 daughters and a son, as well as 5 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. Huge family. Those who knew her as a gentle, dependable, and always willing to help others type of woman. It also states that she wouldn't hurt anyone. Sam said, which is the daughter of Swan there, said that she was so sweet. Born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Swan spent more than 50 years in Georgia. Much of her working life was dedicated to caring for children, and she worked in daycares before retiring, old man. So very, very dedicated woman. Yeah. So
what's sad is you don't see anything anymore in the media on this. Nothing.
No.
And this is something that should be talked about, like we're doing. They should be talking about it and making calls and demanding that our people that are supposed to be serving us in politics and that start protecting us, like they keep swearing to, and put the funds where the funds are supposed to be. Just do their job, and no one's doing their job, and that's why innocent people like this lady, God bless her soul, man.
Yeah, I mean,
terrible death. It was and Michael, that was a terrible death. That was terrible. That wasn't dying in your sleep.
Yeah, I mean, gruesome death, folks. Yes. I mean, it's obviously, if you look, guys, we will share it, but as we share it, folks, I just want to let you know, before the images appear on the screen, if you are viewing us on video, folks, these are not for the fainted at heart. Very graphic images, folks, as you see here, with Miss Swan basically lying on the train floor with, blood going all the way down. And what's really sad is you see people with cell phones just filming it.
No compassion whatsoever.
That's no compassion, guys. 1 second. I'm tearing up. 1 second, guys.
This is a very emotional thing. You just can't just let this ignore this. I mean, people, you have options.
I'm sorry, guys.
Why are you taking out your cameras, man? You need to do things to help people.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I had to get a tissue, but it's just it's upsetting because you see this stuff, and I hate covering this stuff, but I'm covering it, guys. I don't care about views or clicks. It's not about that, guys. It's about trying to open up our law enforcement communities, open up our elected officials' hearts to understand that just one life means a difference. We can't wait for 5, 10, 15 times before they actually do something. It has to be done now and now only.
Yeah.
I hope people like Brian Kemp, people like Keisha Lance Bottoms, the former mayor of Atlanta, other people in the state of Georgia, and I'm talking about other people in other communities and cities across America, are looking at these images and understanding that this was somebody's grandma, somebody's mother, somebody's family member that used MARTA because they adored the system, because they just didn't want to drive. And that's their choice. That's their God-given right. And their right under the Constitution to choose to use mass transit instead of a vehicle. But by using a train, this is what she has to deal with. People that are unhinged, people that are unbalanced in society. Come on, folks. We're better than that as a nation. And right around the corner from the World Cup, like Burt Jones says, this is an embarrassment to our city. Can you imagine tourists that come in from other countries? They're not going to want to use services like MARTA, let alone any type of service that's provided.
Yeah.
Uber, walking down the sidewalk, anywhere. They're not going to want to come here if they see a city infested with crime. I'm talking about incidences like Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Detroit, Michigan, Seattle, Washington, Newark, New Jersey, Boston, Massachusetts. I'm just naming a few over the years of massacres that have happened. They shouldn't happen. This is America. We should be the most safest country in the world. But yet alone, we're turning into a cesspool, old man.
Yes, we are. I was on mute there for a minute.
So, guys, as we close up, I do want to say thank you for tuning in, guys. As this, is a little upsetting, but I do thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you on the next time.
This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.